Well, hi there, and welcome to Bella's Vistas. Well, we took the ferry to the mainland and we got off. We had some time to kill till we met up with our kids. So we decided to drive the Cabot Trail, and what a drive it was. It was just fabulous. The weather was just fantastic. Roads unwinding in front of us. I decided to pull over and take some pictures from a vantage point here. Get a good look down the road ahead of you from here. It's so beautiful. Just keeps on going. It was quite a drive. It took us a couple days to do it, but I really enjoyed every minute of it. And this is the clearest we've ever seen it. Usually when we've been here, we've been in fog. Look at that, wowee. So beautiful. The coastline right along the ocean. Kind of brings me in mind of Highway 1 in California, but this is altogether different. Look at that coastline. How beautiful is that? It's sure a wonderful drive. Motorcycles are out, that's for sure. Must be nice to be out on the wind on a day like this. Stop here at a bit of a lighthouse to have a look around, talk to this fella. It was great. Everybody's in such a good mood when you're out in places like this. Cape George Lighthouse. Little bunny rabbit was here. So sweet. Little distraction for me with a moth. Here we are in Valentine Cove. Wow, we photographed this many years ago for a Hallmark calendar, and it's just as beautiful as it was then. Now we're in New Brunswick. We're waiting here for these birds. We made an entire video about the birds at Johnson's Mills. You might want to look into that one. I'll put a link in the description to it. There's a peregrine falcon flying alongside these migrating birds. The peregrines were always looking for a little lunch, that's for sure. Look at all these birds, and there's the peregrine flying overhead. The shorebirds are here constantly eating. They have to gain a lot of weight for their flight to South America. And the peregrines are ever vigilant too. There's a peregrine taking his lunch away with him. They're beautiful birds, but they're vicious hunters, that's for sure. There's a juvenile eagle taking a little break in a tree. He's looking for something to eat too. Here's a couple of adult eagles flying overhead. This juvenile's trying to decide if the water's too cold or not. I think he finds it a bit cold on his toes. And there's an eagle, an adult eagle having a spot of lunch. Now in the brackish water we found these hermit crabs. They're just fantastic to watch. They pick up a shell, like a snail shell or something, and they live in there. Now we're in Fundy Park at the waterfalls. Look at the beautiful green surroundings here. It was heavy rain, so there was lots and lots of water going over the falls. Beautiful. It's nice to be here when it's overcast and raining, better than when it's bright sun, because the bright sun burns out all the detail from the green. And look how green it is. My goodness, that moss is so green. Puts me in mind of Kauai in Hawaii. Beautiful green colors. And the waterfalls were magnificent. It's so peaceful just listening to the water going over the rocks. What an amazing place. Fundy Park is absolutely wonderful. I've been here many times over the years and I never get tired of it. It's so beautiful. The water continues, the waterfalls all along. You can go along the boardwalk here and walk along the river and you see the waterfalls. It's always important to take a look behind you when you're in a situation like this, because a lot of times there's a beautiful waterfall on the other side just as well. Beautiful, misty, foggy place. I just love it. This little guy, he's doing pretty well. It's nice and easy for him to dig with the ground so wet. The Point Wolf Bridge, I remember when this was broken down and when it was rebuilt. So beautiful. I took a long hike down a bunch of stairs. I had to take it very easy. Sunset now, and it's a beautiful evening. Here we are at Cape Enrage. Now the road out to Cape Enrage is really rough and bumpy, and it took quite a toll on one of my spark plug wires here. Brian fixed it up for me here with a piece of silicone tubing. Look at there. Better than new. It's been working fine. Here's some of Brian's flutes at Fundy Flutes. He makes amazing flutes. Taking a little break on a drive here now for some ice cream on a homemade waffle cone. And this was the peak of our voyage. My grandchildren are going to meet up with us here at the Hopewell Rocks, and we're going to try and make some family portraits here. It's just a beautiful place. And I don't think I've ever seen it as nice as it was this time, although the mud was pretty intense, as you'll see. I was doing some super wide angle shots with my 7mm lens here, trying to get some interesting effects on the rocks. I think I did a pretty good job of it. There's always people here. Looking out to sea, I tried some various exposures here and used some of the techniques in the new Lightroom, some of the filters and masking in there to help increase the detail in the backgrounds. There's everybody. Here we go. Now we're ready for some family pictures. Theo looks a little upset there. I don't know why, but now everybody's doing pretty good. Look at there. I used a little bit of fill-in flash there, but Lightroom really helped darkening the backgrounds and everything. Look at there. I'm so happy with this picture. Theo found some mud. Let me tell you, that's his favorite portrait of himself right there. Juvenile peregrine falcon. I was delighted to find this. Well, we're at Walmart now, chilling out. Here's the longest covered bridge in the world. Look at there, Heartland, New Brunswick. This is an interesting scarecrow overlooking the bridge. I walked around and got a bunch of pictures from different areas, trying to do my best on the bridge. Now, this is a place we like to stop. It's fabulous. It's our favorite place in Quebec to park overnight. Little roadside stop, and there's every kind of bird here. Look at this. There's a cormorant and a heron on the same rock, getting along perfectly fine. There's where I parked the van. I'm quite happy with my parking spot. And there were so many herons here, I couldn't believe it. There was like half a dozen blue herons here. They were just great. And they seemed to want to pose for me too, flying by and coming right at me, and the sun right on them. It was fantastical. I really loved it. Coming in for a landing. This guy's hunting here. Now I'm using a 1200 equivalent lens here. That's the 300 millimeter with the MC20 on it. So even on the tripod, the wind is blowing things. Now I think I even put the lens hood back so it wouldn't catch the wind, but still, the wind just really blows everything around. Non-stop eating for this guy, that's for sure. Well, the sun's going down. It's the end of a perfect day. The heron's saying goodbye to us until morning. I really like this shot here. You know, the sunset shots are not all that sharp, but they're really, really beautiful. That's about it for tonight. Beautiful, beautiful evening. And in the morning, the birds are up and at it again. Now we're back home in Ontario, back on the mill race. There's a great white egret flying by and some wood ducks. These are a rare treat for me. I've never gotten any of these before, and I know where the family is. Thanks for visiting Bella's Vistas. Come on back again real soon.